but also you got to kind of pay attention to the explanation. So there's that. So for this one of the things I was going to talk to you guys about is that when they say find this, this is really like saying, really what they're asking us to do is to find h of g of x evaluated at 1. Okay, so this O is really, well, you could think of it as h of g. Okay, so if I do the h of g thing, then I'm going to take, and I'll explain what all this stuff is. I'm going to take h, and I put x, but you could put a, h of g, oops, wrong color, g of a. So now the way that I do that is I start off by writing out the h, right? So I'm going to write out the h well, what is the h? Well, the h is a minus 1. But instead of writing down a, I'm going to take a great big old thing like this and say minus 1. Okay? And then what do I plug in for a? So do you guys see that this is h of a, this is h first, and then wherever there's an a, I'm going to plug in g of a. Well, what's g of a? Well, that's going to be 4a plus 5. So then I look at this and I say, well, I'm not really doing any work inside the parentheses. I'm not really distributing anything through the parentheses, so I don't even really need the parentheses. So this whole equation just becomes 4a plus 5 minus 1, or 4a plus 4, because I'm going to combine positive 5 and a negative 1 to get my 4. So when I say h of g of a, that's equal to h of g of a, and that whole thing condenses down to 4a plus 4. Yes?
I think you're saying the video's unavailable.
That what's unavailable?
The video's unavailable.
Which one?
3 for the inverse function.
All right, let me finish this video and I'll go back and look at it. We had an issue before with that.
I remember hearing something about it.
I thought I fixed it, but maybe I didn't. Anyways, so but now we want to evaluate that at 1. So really, when they say h og or of g, which is really the same as h of g when they say evaluated at 1, what they're saying is plug the 1 in wherever there's an a. Well, on the next line, 4 times 1 is just 4. Then we're going to add 4 to it. So our final answer is 8. So when they say h of g of 1, that's the same as saying h of g of 1. And that equals 8. And that's it. Are there any questions on that one? Okay. So I'll leave that up there for a second.